So this is the way it should be if you want to use this wiggle pattern. Now it gives a very weird optical illusion kind of thingy, if you can see that. It's because the corrugation does not line up with the wiggly thing, so you get some weird pattern. Anyhow, I used the old frame, so this is not perfect for this kind of thing. Mainly because the plastic is higher than the foamy bit, so it does a little bit of this, which is not ideal. But if you look at the front, it just looks weird. If you look from the side, it's more clear that there is actually no corrugation that does not have some sort of aluminium making it holding its shape. Not sure if you can see that, but in a normal one, I'll show you real quick. So here you got a normal one. If you would corrugate it like this, some of the corrugation will be at this mylar piece that does not have any aluminium. Well, now I had like extra sort of struts thingy, which add more weight, of course. The wiggly things, by the way, will add weight as well. But yeah. So, I don't know if it's beneficial. Oh, you can see it from here. It creates some sort of triangular pattern. See, a bit weird. Yeah, so main resonance is much lower, and that's because the corrugation, the way I did it before, of course, the smallest width of that panel dictates the resonance. Now the smallest width is free to move because it has corrugation, and now the widest piece determines the resonance. So before, I think this was, oh, maybe I don't have one yet anymore. Well, anyhow, before it was like here 180 or something. Now it's 110. So here 111 is the resonance. I used some filter here. Here I notched away piece of the resonance because you can see it should like drop normally, like wheel, but it has like a whoop-de-doo here. So I can put a notch here, and that lowers the resonance and the output here, which is fine because it's too much output. It should like drop. Yeah, this is pretty flat. Up close, I must admit. Up close, like this close. And a huge baffle. So yeah, if you do not use such a huge baffle, which is probably the case, this will drop more, or you have to, like, you know, adjust a notch here. There is a notch, by the way, and it's around here. So this is more efficient normally. I put one here. Well, it's a shelf actually. Whew. And here's the dip on the resonance. -6. So mostly the distortion you see here, this white line, is the total harmonic, which is mainly based on the second harmonic. For instance here, or I don't know, let's say 300 Hertz or something, 3.5. The total harmonic is 1.2, of which second harmonic is 1.2. Third harmonic is 0.064. So it's yeah, it should be less than second harmonics, but in this case it's pretty insane amount less. No. I crossed it now just for fun and giggles at 150 18 dBs. And this is possible right now at least because I put a notch at the resonance. Of course it's a better idea to cross it higher, like 200 or something. But yeah, it's kind of fun. Let's play a tune just for fun and giggles with the panel alone. I'll put the recorder in front of it. I don't know if this is better than the corrugation in the other direction. And also I used the old coil and just scaled it. But that also makes the trace separation bigger, which could be smaller, so there would be more aluminium holding corrugation if you did it correctly. Now I just made it wider and corrugated it, but that also makes the space in between aluminium traces wider, that is not holding any aluminium. So yeah, I don't know if this is working. I can imagine maybe if you would put this corrugated coil on like a normal stretch membrane, but just stretch it really, really lightly, it might be functional. But yeah, making a jig for this to line everything up correctly, that's gonna be quite hard, I think. The reason why that could be fun is that the smallest size of this rectangular does not dictate resonance anymore. It becomes the widest side that will do that. And that makes it possible to have a lower resonance than normally would be possible in such a foil, or at least if you just look at the size of the panel. So that's the only thing that might be cool. I might try that. Maybe I could use even like thinner mylar or something. But probably best to keep the mylar the same for now. But first I need to have like a different frame. This is 5mm thick, while the membrane should be 4mm from the magnet. So yeah, not ideal. Yeah. I did a measurement and I lost it because my PC crashed because I threw coffee over in. Although this machine is already fucked, but now it's even more fucked. But I am looking for a new laptop, so that's good. So this may be, yeah, maybe I'll get my other laptop sooner, because this one is really falling apart now. Yeah, I did test it to compare to a flat panel, like the normal flat panel, and I don't know, there are some differences, but it's not insane or something. So I don't know if it's worth all this effort. But it's sure as hell fun to try things, you know, sometimes. Like 1 out of 100 times. You get something that works really well and you might find a new thing. Well, make it 200 times. Well, let's play a tune. It's gonna be Your Heart is Blackest as Night, la la la, flop-de flop. It's nothing special, it's not like a tuned anything, it's just a panel alone. Because it makes quite some noise for a tiny panel. I thought that was funny.
Your eyes may be whole, but the story I'm told is your heart is as black as night. Your lips may be sweet, such that I can't compete, but your heart is as black as night. I don't know why it came along at such a perfect time, but if I let you hang around, I'm bound to lose my mind. 'Cause your hands may be strong, but the feelings are wrong. Your heart is as black as night. Such a perfect time, but if I let you hang around, I'm bound to lose my mind. 'Cause your hands may be strong, but the feelings are wrong. Your heart is as black, your heart is as black, oh, your heart is as black.
Yeah, well, I do wonder what push-pull would do for the, especially the resonance, because that's where the membrane is completely out of control. That will be an issue in push-pull, but far less. And since the foil is so easy to move right now, because the resonance is so low, I assume it might benefit maybe even more from push-pull than if you had a stretch membrane that has the tendency to go back to the neutral position. This, of course, also goes back to the neutral position, but it has less pulling on the foil to make it go back to the neutral position, if that makes sense. So yeah, maybe I'll add another panel just to see what it does before it completely falls apart. Yeah, I might do that, but assembly it will be tricky. I might destroy it and then I got nothing. Not that it matters, because I will rip this apart, but we'll see. So that's it for now. I'm pretty much done playing around with cutting stuff. It's a miracle. The cutting went perfectly fine 6 times in a row. Knock on wood. Yeah, so I changed out the blade to 30 degrees and that actually works much better than the 45. And I'm pretty sure I could get like tolerances smaller. I used 0.8 millimeter spacing in between traces, and I think I could go down to 0.7, maybe lower. Who knows? Should try. See you around. Oh, and yeah, CNC's still here. If someone is interested, you can pick it up for a decent amount of money. I mean, I think a good price. See you, bye bye.